Hello and welcome to Art Party Friday with Helen. I'm so glad you could join me this week. I started with a square of watercolour paper because I knew I wanted to do something arty, just not quite sure what. I started by wetting it, giving it a spritz of water all over, and then spraying two different pinks from the Lindy Stamp Gang range. Used my big brush here to spread them around until I was happy with the little background colour that I put on it. Quite hard to see, but in real life it has a quite nice soft pink and a real sparkle to it. And then I decided I wanted to do some arty flowers down the right hand side. So I pulled out two purple sprays and a finer paintbrush, and away I went. Do they look like flowers? Yeah, not really, but it's all interpretation. Few splatters, went a little bit heavy-handed with those, so I'm using a baby wipe to dab them up, and then I decided to draw in some detail with a fine line pen. What I also learnt was you need to really make sure that that ink is dry before you try drawing, because unfortunately the nib clogged up a few times and I had to scribble on a piece of paper to make it work again. But eventually I got my bouquet of flowers on the right hand side, and I was actually in the end quite happy with how it turned out. Just to add a little bit more sparkle, I got some Heidi Swap Colour Shine in gold and added some sprinkles. I seem to be on a kick with this paper lately. It's more of the Kaiser Craft Misty Mountains range, but I wanted something purple and it went. So the little bits that I've got left over, I'm using once again. Plus this purple dot here, it's a pretty old piece. I've had it in my stash for a long time, but it worked. Now if you have a good look, not the best photo in the world. I'm not saying that the people in it are the best, but it's not a very clear photo. And it's quite blurry, dark, but it's the only photo of this afternoon that we have. And it's Mum with Hazel and Steve. And Hazel is Mum's friend Mavis, her sister. And when we were in England, we went to visit them. And we met them at the Pump Room Tea Houses in Bath and took a photo afterwards. And so sometimes you have to scrap those photos that aren't the best. Anyway, I had a piece of pattern paper from a long time ago as well that I wanted to use. I had purposely cut down the piece of the watercolour paper so that I knew I would just get a fine border of the pattern paper around, and then use that same fine line pen to handwrite half the title and use some gold thickers to finish it off. Seems to be at the moment one of the little techniques that I like to use. Some handwriting with a thickened downstroke and some thickers for my title. But I suppose if you're on a roll and you like something, keep going with it. What I wasn't happy with was that it was a little bit bare, and I felt just a few more flowers on the top left hand of the photo would balance out the layout. I seem to like to have 3 areas on my layouts, 3 major focal areas, and so I needed that top one just to finish off, and some little gold splatters just for the finer detail. I've pulled out these embellishments from the Chamel Glitter Girl range, some of the wooden rimmed buttons and some of the gold sequins and some purple enamel dots just to finish off, and also just a little bit of journaling just to finish off the layout. Once again, I didn't look at the mood board before I started this layout. I get so inspired and involved in what I'm doing, I forget to check that mood board. But oh well, that's just how it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found some inspiration, and I'll see you next time on the Crafty Maven. Thank you. Bye.